Our Friday poll for Capital GMC Universal Collision is, will there be a coach firing by Labor Day in the CFL? Gentlemen, what do you think the result? 79% are saying one of the two. What do you think it is?
Yes.
79%, Lynn, say there'll be a firing in the CFL?
Yes, and 2 if BC loses.
Oh, you think it'll be BC first? You're going out on that limb?
Yep.
Well, John already has Mike Benavides as coach of the Argos by next week.
Right.
That's your bold prediction.
Oh, yeah,
right?
that's not such a bold prediction. But that's a pretty easy one. He's sitting there waiting to do it. He'll talk himself into the job tonight. He did last night, damn near, sure. Oh, he'll be coaching the team, sure. He won a Grey Cup in BC. The guy can coach.
There's no doubt. Listen, Addison, you as Bomber alumni, we do have to talk about the game of the week. I can't believe it's taken us this long. You said you're still a Bomber supporter. Am I correct in saying a fan as well? Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, they've been very good to you. Your take on this game tonight? I think it's going to be outstanding. Myself, 2 highest scoring teams in the CFL. Are they going to shoot the lights out at the coffee cup tonight? The donut box, they're calling it?
Donut box. It'll be a great game. I'm excited to see Big Hill back there, healthy. I think Winnipeg's going to do a little bit better. I don't know if it's going to be as competitive as people think. I think Winnipeg is just playing too well in all 3 phases. I could see this one being a little more one-sided than people think.
Wow.
But that's my bold prediction of that.
And no Simone Lawrence for the Ticats. How much of an effect? I think that'll have a big effect.
That'll have a big effect. He's their emotional leader, not just for the defense, but for almost the entire team. And he's a good player in his own right. So that'll be a hole in their defense. That I'm certainly the Lappolice offense and the offensive line will go after that replacement. So. No, I think that it'll be a good showing for the Bombers. Addison Richards is predicting a blowout by the Bombers. Double digits, at least we can say that in Hamilton tonight. I think so. I think that they're just so focused, and they're not taking anybody lightly, obviously. But I think that they're so focused, offense, defense, special teams, that they could really lay one on tonight. Frenzy, what do you think's going to happen tonight?
I agree with him. I think Mike O'Day is just a great coach. Canadian, played in the league, great linebacker, great story, doing a sensational job in Winnipeg. Really got that team playing really good football on every area of the game, offense, defense, special teams. How about the new what's that running back name? Hightower. Lucky Whitehead. Lucky Whitehead. Yeah, I mean they recruit him in the offseason. He's just icing on the cake. I think it'll be a pretty good game, but in the end it'll be 42-29 for the Bombers. Wow. So a lot of points, a lot of lights being burnt out on the scoreboard at Tim Hortons Field tonight. I saw Simone Lawrence on Twitter saying that he is not allowed in the stadium nor on the sidelines during a suspension for these 2 weeks, so that he's going to go out and party with the fans at the tailgate before the game. Do you think that's a good idea, Addison? I'm a bit split. Like, it's pretty awesome in one respect, because that's the CFL for you. Exactly. That is being, you're accessible as a player and even as a star player. But at the same time, what kind of message does that send? Like, I'm on a suspension and I'm going to go live it up and party. So no way. Well, I think I'm a little bit. Yeah, I'm sure that was a little bit hammered. No, of course not. No, that would. Then again, that could be the CFL. We had a lineman chugging a beer in the end zone that one time. So John Gott, yeah, legendary. No way, guys, come on. I'll see what Hobson thinks of it. He's arrived, by the way. I think that's ridiculously stupid by Simone. I mean, that's just shoving it at the league. No, stay out of there. Stay home and watch the game. I don't have a problem with it. That's the charm of the CFL. That's actually what we need to get back to, I think, is these kinds of things. That's the kind of thing that CFL was built upon. Apparently, shortly after my appearance on Winnipeg Radio this morning, the hosts were talking about Paul LaPolice drawing NFL interest as a coordinator. Or even a position coach. You got to start somewhere. You played for him, Maddie. Do you think that could be in the offing? I think he's a CFL guy. I really do. I have all the respect for him. He's one of the best coaches I've ever got to associate with. I see him like once in off season. I go help out with one of his camps. I think he's a CFL guy. That's where he's going to make his money for the rest of his life. But the CFL might need him more than he needs the CFL. Very true. Very true. I just think that his mind, his offense, the way that he uses motions, obviously not as applicable in the American style game.
if he gets the opportunity, like, by all means, go take it. I mean, it's a chance to measure yourself. Obviously, probably a little bit more dollars down there.
But he won't get out of town.
But
Let me tell you that.
I don't think so.
Wade Miller won't let him out of town.
I don't think so.
That reminds me.
Miller. What about Wade Miller? What about Mrs. Paula?
Mrs. LaPolice?
Mrs. LaPolice. She's ex-Regina girl.
She's not. No, she's from Winnipeg, but she did live here. But these are Al Qaeda style technique that Paul LaPolice is using. Did you work at his camp in Moose Jaw?
Yeah.
So I heard he was showing tape to the kids at this quarterback school of the Bombers torching the Riders. That's what all the film was. So he's coming into Saskatchewan
I can't confirm
and
or
brainwashing the kids. Is that true?
It was good teach tape, regardless. I mean, it was good.
He thought he thinks it's funny. I'm like, he told me that at the sports conference we did in Winnipeg. I said, that is terrorist tactics.
And a lot of it was Dressler too, to make it even worse. Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, by the way, do you guys think we see Rob Bagg and Weston Dressler, and we can say Arthur Foster too, because he's Rider alum like those guys, get signed by somebody? Because there's a reason they have not announced their retirement, gentlemen. They are waiting for a call. Do they get it?
I hope so. They're great guys and good football players. Bagg and Dressler and Foster, they can all help teams. That's what gets me. They can help teams right now. Is that they're still receivers that can catch the football, Bagg and Dressler, and they're make big plays, capable of big plays. And Otha Foster was just an outstanding linebacker here 3 years ago. I can't believe he isn't playing. It's because of this silly, crazy salary thing. I mean, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. What do you think, Addison?
I have to agree. Dressler and Bagg, two guys that I got the chance to train with. I know Dressler throughout the whole this past offseason was physically ready to go. And like you said, both great guys, both great leaders. Both guys can help teams. I would love to see them get signed and get a chance to just have some closure, have a finish to their career. Because right now they're kind of just in that in between zone right now. So
yeah, they can't move on with their lives.
Exactly. Yeah, they're still just waiting for that maybe last opportunity they get. So I hope so. I really do.
Okay. Here's what I want to say to you finally. Right now, they could help somebody. All three of those guys could help somebody.
Totally.
But they're not playing because of this stupid salary cap situation, which is just ridiculous. It's more important to help those teams in trouble than it is to worry about the salary cap. I mean, you know what I'm saying, eh?
Yeah.
I don't.
Well,
salary cap's in place for a reason.
Well,
so
yeah, but those guys, it's more important to get those teams better by giving them players like that, signing players like those.
So you're saying they should be allowed to go over the cap?
They should be allowed to sign them. No, not over the cap. Just don't worry about it that much. I don't know, but I think the cap. No, but it's so silly that. Oh, we can't because of the cap. So they stay with an inferior talent.
Well, not every league, because the NBA and Major League Baseball have their luxury tax, but the NFL works this way. As a matter of fact, copycat leagues in the NFL, you got quarterbacks making $21 million, and they're paying all the DBs and receivers nothing. Because there's so many of them. Yeah. And the quarterbacks are so important. That's what Ed Hervey's trying to do. It just hasn't worked there. Which reminds me, Addy, before we let you roll and we move into hour two, again, your take on tomorrow's game in BC. I've got the Lions picked to win. I predicted a split going into this back-to-back. I think they win because they simply have to. I know that's kind of a flimsy argument, but I just think the Lions are going to show some pride at home.
No, you're absolutely right, and they do have to win. But I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to take the Riders. I'm still liking how Fajardo's progressing. I think after last week, he still has to be a little bit smart when he takes off because he is taking a bit of a beating. He has to realize he's not invincible, but he's way too valuable. But I'm just loving the flow of the offense. I think a couple guys that aren't really getting enough press are Kyron Moore and Shaq Evans. Like, those guys are playing out of this world.
Mm-hmm. Well, because nobody knew who they were last year. Now they're
somebody.
Now there's somebody, Lynch.
That's right.
See what I'm saying? Well, Shaq Evans was the player of the week.
Certainly.
So, they recognize that.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, on the Cody Fajardo talk, one of my favorite questions is he the next one? Or should I say, could he be the next one? He's the overnight success that's in his 5th CFL season. He's put in his time. Like, if it's not now, it's never for Cody. And you know what? He's making the most of it. He should be very proud of himself for the way that he's played.
Absolutely. And we mentioned it the last time I was here. The Riders haven't had that young guy that they stick with through the growing pains. They've been trying to go out and get the veteran quarterback and still try to bring somebody along. But you can't bring somebody along by having them being the number 2. They have to play. and they're going to play well or they're not going to play well, and you just have to live with that, hoping that they're inching forward to being that starter, that consistent player that you hope they're going to be. And I think he is week by week working towards that. So, it's a big test for him playing a team back to back, a desperate team like you mentioned. So this will be another measuring stick for him.
Addison, appreciate your time and everything you do for us.
It's great to be back so soon.
Yes, well, thank you. There's a reason why we're bringing you back so soon. And we'll see if your prediction is true. A Winnipeg mollywhopping tonight of the Ticats in Hamilton. It'll be must-see TV for sure on Friday Night Football. Lynch, you're sticking around, right?
That's right. Addison, I just want to say I really enjoyed you as a Ram. I thought you were spectacular. I look forward to seeing you in the field sometime.
We'll see what
as
happens.
A coach.
Yeah. No, not as a coach.
I don't know if you know Vincent Donaldson.
Yeah, of course.
I was working a camp for him last week, and he's trying to convince me to
go back.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, you look in great shape. Like you should play again." And I'm just like, "Well,
so you might.
We'll see." It's always in the back of my head. So
wow, look at you.
If Lynch. I wake up one day and I feel like taking that challenge on me.
Well, we would expect you to break the news here. That's what we would expect.
You'd be the first.
The Winnipeg people
you'd be the first guy.
The Winnipeg people, do you like the Winnipeg people and do they like you?
For the most part, yes. I mean, it was tough when I was sitting with my knee in a brace and I was getting kind of some grief from them about not staying healthy and all that stuff. But overall, great people, very supportive. They love the squad.
Clearly, Lynch wasn't watching your first appearance because we covered all this, right? But
sorry.
But you do. No, it's fine. There's a lot of viewers that haven't seen it. I'm just teasing. Anyways, Daddy, thanks. Have a great weekend.
You're watching Rod Pedersen on demand. For more of the Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.